Hello everybody. Would like to talk to you today about installing one of our towed connector kits. These towed connector kits plug right into the factory wiring. Today's vehicle, we were working on a 2012 Equinox. So on a 2012 Equinox, the part number is a 9523142. These towed connector kits are very vehicle specific. They will only work in certain year vehicles because of the size and configuration of the connectors. So we are going to connect right in between the body harness and the taillight harness. So to begin, we're going to simply open up the rear tailgate. And we're going to pop out the couple of little plugs here that the connecting nuts are in. So first we're going to take out the plugs that cover up the attaching bolts to the body of the taillight. We'll remove both of those plastic plugs. They just pop out easy enough with a small screwdriver. On this particular one, it's held in with two 10mm bolts. We're going to take those out. And simply remove the taillight housing. Careful that there's a couple of push pins in here. They might come out a little hard. So just be careful when you're pulling them out. You don't want to break them. So we're going to disconnect our harness that goes to the taillight assembly. Remove our taillight assembly. And you can see I've already run the wires up. And you're going to find on our towed connector, you're going to find two different connectors. One's simply going to go to the taillight housing. One's going to go onto the connector that you just removed from the taillight housing. So this is going to go to the body. And so there's male and female. You can't get these turned around, so simply plug them in. Take your taillight housing back. You're going to plug the connector right into the taillight housing again. And it's as easy as that. Simply reinstall your taillight housing to the vehicle. You're going to reinstall your attaching bolts. On this particular vehicle, we ran the wires underneath. You can take a look at your vehicle. All vehicles will differ from one another. So you're going to have to take a look at the vehicle, find out where you want to run the wiring. On this particular vehicle, it was really easy just to run it down the body, and we ran it alongside the bottom of the body all the way to the front. You're going to end up with a connector on the front of the tow wire harness. It's just a simple flat four wiring harness. So you're going to have green, which is right turn and stop, yellow, which is left turn and stop, brown is your marker or park lights, and then white, of course, is your ground. So you're going to plug this in. You're going to run the rest of the harness up to the front. Let's go up to the front of the car and see once how we attached to the connector in the front. Okay, so we've ran our wires from the back tail lights that we just connected our tow connector to all the way up to the front. This particular customer wanted to use a 6-pin connector on the front of his vehicle. So we're going to use part number 9523054. It's going to come with a coiled electrical cord. It'll have 7 pins on the coach side, 6 pins on the towed side. The connector that comes with this will explain where each and every one of these wires have to go to. So you're going to run the wires up to the front of the vehicle. You're going to cut off this flat 4 connector. You're going to follow the directions on where those wires need to be in. And then don't forget to connect your white wire or your ground wire to a good, clean chassis ground. This will save you from having many headaches of electrical issues. Ground issues seem to be #1 issue with 12-volt wiring. Once you get that all connected, you're going to take your electrical cord, again, part number 9523054. And you're going to open up the connector in the very front here. You're going to take your connection It only goes in one way. There's a little groove in there. It's going to snap right on in. You connect this to your coach, you're ready to tow. It'll bring the coach's electrical signals to your car.